Our first senior is Sherelle Brown, and LB is a very special young lady. She is quite the firecracker on the court, and from the first time I met her, you could tell that she had a real passion for the game. She just loved to play, she loved to talk about it, and she really did a great job leading the team on the floor. We lost her first semester last season, and then we're lucky to get her back again second semester, but she never really got to get back into the groove as much as I know she would have liked. And this season, you know, we had a lot of high hopes, and we're really excited about it. And it seems kind of strange that the game she's dropping 17, like halfway through the second half, that she goes down with a knee injury, and I know that it absolutely broke her heart. But in LB fashion, she comes up to me a couple weeks later and says, "I'm gonna play, coach. I'm gonna play. I'm gonna finish the season out." And I wasn't surprised at all, because that's the type of kid that she is. She's just very driven and just wants to play, wants to be with her teammates. First game she came back that I was allowed to actually play her in, she had like a 2 or 3 minute limit, and then she had to come back out. And after those 2 or 3 minutes, she came out of the game, and she gave me the biggest smile I have ever seen. And it just made my heart grow 10 times bigger, because I knew how much that those 2 or 3 minutes meant to her, how much the game means to her, and how much this team meant to her. And I think it's just a testament to really how passionate she is, not only about basketball, but about Wheelock and her teammates, and we will really miss her. So, first senior, Sherelle Brown. Our second senior is Joy Holiday. For anyone who knows Joy or has met Joy for the first time, usually leaves thinking that she hates you. And if you ever see a team photo or a headshot of Joy, she's just staring into the camera with these eyes that just look like, I don't know, you'll have nightmares about. But after the first couple of days, you come to see that Joy has one of the biggest hearts I have ever seen. And she cares so deeply about this team and about doing well. She wants to do well all the time. And I give her a lot of credit, because I don't think the rest of the team combined takes as much crap from me as she does. And yeah. And the great thing about that is that I never once heard an excuse. Never once did I hear, "But coach, I was just doing this," or anything like that. She always just says, "Yep, coach. Yes, coach. Okay." Never any excuses. And that's one of the things that I really love about Joy, is she makes no excuses. She just goes and she plays as hard as she can. She does what she knows how to do, and she leaves it all on the court. And she's a great example for underclassmen. I've seen her run harder this season than I saw in the last 3 seasons. She's working harder. It's not just the end of the road for her. She's playing the whole thing out. And we're really going to miss that about her facial expressions when it's not in an absolute grimace. When she does actually show us that wonderful smile. But she will be missed next year in her leadership. She has a little bit of a quiet leadership, but then she kind of comes out and surprises everyone every once in a while with a few words. But she's definitely one of those that leads by example. So congratulations on a great career. And our final senior tonight, Caitlin Kerr. It's funny seeing Caitlin really animated, because the first season, I don't think our heard her speak a word until December, right before she was leaving for Christmas break. And yes, it was. I think she was apologizing for something. The crazy thing about Kate is on bus rides and when we're going to and from practice, the girl has the craziest stories you would ever hear. They have absolutely no point, but they are hysterical. And I'm trying to drive this minibus cracking up, just listening to her talk. And it started out with just basically her apologizing for bumping into kids on the floor during practice. Setting a screen on them, they actually hit her, she'll apologize. And I think it took a good season and a half to break that nasty little habit. And one of the things that emerged from Caitlin is she is ferocious when she wants to be. We've had some times in our practice where she will just claw at you and she will just tear at your uniform and she will just go after the ball like an animal. Go down the floor, hit a three-pointer, and then apologize to you on the back. And that's just the way Caitlin is. She is just lovely, lovely young lady with an amazing sense of humor and a huge heart, and just is always there for everybody. Always there for everyone. I always hear about kids going and talking to her, going to her room and hanging out. She always has these great ideas. Great ideas for things to do over Christmas break. She's kind of that go-to for me this season when I needed something done. So she was at my beck and call 24 hours a day. I'm going to share one of the crazy stories that Caitlin has shared on the bus. And so this one time, Caitlin got a speeding ticket. And I hope your family knows. Okay. Caitlin got a speeding ticket and she was advised to fight it. So she goes into court, she's fighting the speeding ticket, and initially the police officer who gave it to her didn't show up, so she thinks she's off the hook, maybe she can just go, but the judge said, no, I think we're just gonna wait here for a while. So the police officer eventually comes in and he's being questioned, and the judge asks him, so what did she do when you gave her the ticket? He looks at the judge with a straight face and says, she said thank you. And the judge kind of looks back at her, looks back at the police officer. She said thank you? He's yes, and it is the first time I've ever heard anyone say thank you for me giving them a ticket. Needless to say, she got out of that ticket. But that's one of my favorite stories about Caitlin. So I will miss her stories, and I will miss her intensity on the court and her leadership, as will everybody else. Congratulations, Caitlin.